Yes, yes. Base boxing basement. Like, subscribe, notifications, all that stuff. Keep the haters away, the disgusting, bitter haters. But yeah, listen up. So, this is fight number 3 I'm previewing, sorry. Hamzah Sheeraz vs Austin Ammo Williams on this 5v5 Queensberry versus Matchroom extravaganza. I don't put a lot into the 5v5, the point system, and all that. But as individual fights, these are all awesome fights. They are all have the possibility of going one way or the other. Now, I was Hamzah Sheeraz. He's is a jewel for Queensberry, right? What I mean is Sheeraz is a potential gold mine for Queensberry. I'm surprised that Warren rested me. I guess they're getting great payday, right? Because Sheeraz has all the aspects to be a star. He's no homo. He's considered good looking. I bet Princess Diana would go wild for Hamzah Sheeraz if she was if she hadn't been whacked. But yeah, Sheeraz, I think he's done some modeling, and he's quite popular, obviously amongst the Asian community. Now, you've seen how much Amir Khan, how many supporters he got from the Asian community. And, until Nazim Hamed, the Asians weren't really big in boxing. They weren't that interested. But Hamed, who actually is from Yemen, but obviously he's a Muslim and, he looks Pakistani, to be honest, made boxing very popular amongst the Asian community. And there's a lot of money to be made. I mean, you've seen the support that Amir Khan has, and Sheeraz is potential jewel there, gold mine for Queensberry. But he's risking him. He's risking him against Austin Ammo Williams, who we'll get onto in a minute. Now, Sheeraz, like I said, he's listed as 6'3". Sometimes he looks more, to be honest. His last fight, he banged out Liam Williams. Now, I thought Liam had a chance just a bit of a chance, because he has power. And Hamzah's chin has not been tested, but them tall guys, them tall, skinny guys, very rare to see a tall, skinny guy can take a shot properly, And we're in the middleweight division. He's very tall for a middleweight, Sheeraz. By the way, his name is actually Mohammed Sheeraz. I don't know why he called himself Hamzah Sheeraz. Maybe that's his second name, or that's, his name in his family. But his name is actually Mohammed Sheeraz, which is weird. He's from Slough, which is the armpit of south of England. It's a horrible place. I mean, maybe he gets given too much grief, but it's a dirty town. People commute a lot. There's a lot of big offices there. They commute there for work. I've been there, man. It was pretty grim. But he lives in Ilford now, Hamzah, so obviously he needed to get out of Slough. So his record is 19 wins, 15 by weight of KO. That's a good KO percentage. Yeah, he banged out Liam Williams last one. Before that, he banged out an unbeaten Mitrofanov, but this guy came in so fat and out of shape. I'm surprised he made it into the second round. River Wilson Bent is a decent, at his level fighter. KO'd in 2. He hasn't actually gone the distance, Hamzah. Yeah. Hamzah Sheeraz has not gone the distance since 2018 against one Jordan Granham, who's one of them, guys with a journeyman record of 4 wins and 42 losses. He also KO'd Rod Douglas's son in a round. Out of interest. So, he hasn't beaten anyone at a higher level, at world level. You could say Liam Williams was world level, and I'd agree with that, but he was so short by the time he fought Sheeraz. His chin had gone. Liam had a great chin. You sometimes get these fighters and their chin just suddenly goes. They go from having an iron jaw to getting chinned all the time. And Liam was one of them guys. You had it with Jeff Fennick. I always bring up Chuck Liddell, even though he's a MMA guy. His chin just went. Fedor, another MMA guy. Fedor Emelianenko, his chin just went. And it seemed to be the case with Liam. Because, Eubank almost knocked him out in the early rounds. And I bet it's a decent victory nonetheless, If you're bigger, you're stronger. Take care of the guy. Take care of the other man early. Get him out of there. And he did that with Williams. The main fight that he had problems with was Bradley Skeet. That's about 3 years ago. a bit under that. Sorry, is it? Yeah, but just under 3 years ago. Bradley Skeet, who was a decent fighter, who had his own chin problems. But Bradley was winning that fight. And then Sheeraz dropped Skeet and hit him on the floor very severely with a very serious shot. I mean, he should have been disqualified, right? He got a point off. But, when you're the home guy and you get looked after, yeah. And Steve Gray, the ref, this fight, the fight against Bradley Skeet had all the wrong uns officiating. Steve Gray, ref, Howard Foster, Ian John Lewis, and Bob B.F. Williams were the judges. They're all bitter. They're all bitter guys that never really made it as boxers. So now they like to waltz around the ring, telling other boxers who are better what to do, and they're known to be corrupt. At least if they're not, they're incompetent. They're either incompetent or they're corrupt. But either way, they're no good. But yeah, so really he should have been disqualified, Sheeraz, because it was a fight-ending shot on the floor. It wasn't just a skimming shot. It was a fight-ending shot. And I think Skeet retired after that. He's now a trainer. And he trains Francesca. Extra large portion of chips, Hennessy. But he's weird with her, man. He touches her face. He said, "Oh, she makes me really happy" in an interview. It's just all very odd. But anyway, we're talking about Hamzah Sheeraz. So his only world-class opponent would have been Liam Williams, but he was shot. And he'd done him in a round. So he took care of business. I worry about his chin because he's tall. He's very tall. And some people say, this is one of them stereotypes. The Asian fighters can't hold a shot. Even Danny Garcia's father said that about Amir Khan. And Amir Khan obviously was pretty chinny. But we don't know. He hasn't been hit yet, Hamzah. He could be the exception. The exception that proves the rule. But he's a top prospect. I don't totally buy. He's the next big thing, and they love to call him the Asian, the British, whatever. Tommy Hearns. I pegged it earlier. I bet you they will call him the Asian Tommy Hearns. Of course, they all did. They always like these facile comparisons, And he's fighting this guy called Austin Ammo Williams. Williams is an American fighter. Yeah. Now, I don't know what's going on with this Ammo Williams. Yeah. He's a prospect. I've not been hugely impressed. I haven't watched much of his contest, but I'm hugely impressed, like majorly. But he's still a decent fighter. He'd beaten Steve Rolls. You could say he's barely world class. He also knocked out River Wilson Bent, but took him 8 rounds. So he fought in the UK before. He's fought at least twice in the UK. He won a UD against Kieran Conway. He KO'd Catavius Cash and shit in 2 rounds. I know who Catavius Cash is. He's got a good name. But yeah, he's got some sort of borderline hovering around world rankings. Well, not really, to be honest. I mean, they're just below. Steve Rolls is the best guy. He fought the world title, but Steve Rolls is one of those guys that probably didn't deserve a world title shot. He got outpointed. I don't see anything special in Ammo Williams, but he's got to be decent. You got to be decent to make it to a high level in America. You just have to be, and they don't mollycoddle their fighters as much as we do in the UK. If you go through American records, they don't have these like professional journeymen just coming to lose like we have in the UK with 3 wins and 48 losses and this kind of stuff. But he boxed at a fairly high level as an amateur. I can't find any major names. Oh, he beat Evan Holyfield. Evan Holyfield, Evander's son, on a split decision. He got beaten on the majority in the US Championships by Nikita Bai. He's a prospect, but he seems, I don't know, he doesn't seem to be going everywhere. Apart from that, there are no big wins there, but it's a decent record, and he fought at a national championship level in the United States, so that has to be respected. Now, before I talk about his prospects, what the hell is going on with his tail? Yeah? He comes in wearing this tail, okay? And he's been wearing his tail at the press conference. He wore it, shadowboxing, in the workout, the pre-fight workout. bizarre. And he was, the way he was moving, he was doing these weird, unorthodox techniques, rapid movements, jumping around like a rabbit. I don't know what's going on there. Is he one of them creepy furries? You know, one of them creepy guys that likes to dress up as a dog, a fox, a cat, whatever, and, you know, get taken around on a lead and, you know, take a dump in a litter tray. I don't know. There's something weird going on there. Doing that in Saudi Arabia is also quite weird. I'm sure, like, well, you know, the sheiks and that, they get up to weird stuff behind doors, all kinds of sicknesses, but they don't like it in public. They're like, what? Turkey's probably, what is going on with this weirdo? But, yeah, again, it's a solid fight, a 50-50 star fight. And the odds are lean slightly towards the Sheeraz, who's Fish Eyes' captain. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still worried about Sheeraz's chin, though I have no reason to, apart from the fact he's tall and Asian. But I mean, I can see Hamzah getting clipped by someone right on the chin and going over spectacularly. I don't know whether Ammo Williams is the guy to do it, because he's more of a boxer. He is decent, 16 wins, 11 KOs. That's almost 70% KO ratio. But he hasn't killed anyone, you know, really decent. You know, his let's have a look. His last 5 fights, 3 of them have gone the distance, and 2 later round stoppages. He's obviously got some power. You know, if Sheeraz's chin is in any way dodgy, then, you know, Austin Williams will have power to shake it. You know, the weirdo with his foxtail freak. But yeah, I don't. He's a southpaw as well, so make things tricky. Ammo. I don't know. It's another tough fight to call. I haven't seen enough of Williams. I'm not convinced by him. But I think Sheeraz is a big puncher, and he's, especially as you know, as I said, more recently he's stopped all his opponents. As I said, the last person to go the distance was years ago, 2018. We don't know anything about Williams' chin. It doesn't seem to be dodgy. It all depends. It depends on a lot of factors. It depends on Sheeraz's chin and Williams' chin. Can they hurt each other? I think Sheeraz can hurt Williams. Can Williams hurt Sheeraz? I don't know. You know, the height will make a lot of difference. It's a big advantage for Sheeraz, but sometimes I overrate the height issue. I think Sheeraz will win. A difficult contest, a scrappy contest maybe. Hopefully it will be higher level boxing. But if Bradley Skeet, it's a few years ago, if Bradley Skeet gave him that much trouble, then Ammo Williams you assume would. Although let's not, yeah, Sheeraz has obviously improved a lot. But Bradley was similar height to Williams. He's 6'1", so smaller than Williams by 1 inch. Sorry, bigger than Williams by 1 inch. But Williams is probably the bigger puncher. So I don't know. I could see a tough fought rounds. I could see Sheeraz winning on points. But it's another fight where no result would shock me. Williams on points, Sheeraz on points, Williams KO'd or Sheeraz KO'd. I don't want to stand on the fence, but it's another one. I'm going towards Sheeraz because I just can't understand why Warren would risk a jewel in his crown, the Asian jewel in his crown, unless he thought he was going to win. So I'm going for Sheeraz, and weirdly, I think I'm going on points, even though Sheeraz has shown he can really bang. It's another fight we're looking forward to. I'm edging towards Sheeraz. I'm edging towards points, but yeah. Looking forward to the bill. Peace.